I wanna be rich.
Karibuni to the Tumesota podcast. I know things look a little different and we'll get into explaining why. One of us is not here. For those who are listening, one of us is not here. But for now, you're with me, Amira, your favorite impulsive spender.
Gosh, that was so slow. Pauline, your indecisive saver. I was like,
Wow.
you're with me, Amira, your favorite impulsive spender.
Anyway, guys, and this is the Tumesota podcast because indeed...
Tumesota, LAKINI, Tunaomoka.
Ding, 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 ding. Woo! Wow. Hey, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
Hey.
But we'll start with the good news. Today is like a kind of a bad news kind of episode. It's kind of sad, you know. But we'll start with the good. So, obviously, as you know, episode 8 was my birthday episode. I turned 24. My hair wasn't looking like this on the other episode. So, new hair, new twist. No one bought my nails, as you can see. Listeners, no one bought my nails. But it's okay. I had a great time. Pauline, hey, let me give her flowers one time, just one time, because I don't know if I'll give her anytime soon. Hey, she came through. What? She planned a surprise birthday for me with my mom. Then they took me. I had like a brunch thing. They gave me money. Somebody bought me stocks. As in, like, this birthday was so special. We'll insert some clips so you can see. But I felt really loved. Pauline, actually, we have a roasting relationship. So to see the romantic side come out was very, I was like, wow, it's given me pressure. I'm like, hey, her 25th birthday is this year. I need to start pulling up my socks. But yeah, I had a great birthday. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Admittedly, I'm still responding. I've not finished reading all my messages. It's overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about you, but I get anxiety. Like, there's messages are so many. And I don't like to just say thank you. I'm those people who likes to reply in detail, in depth. So if I've not responded to your message, it's not because I'm snobbing you. It's just, it's been a lot. Plus, once we explain what has happened in the past few days, you'll understand how Satan was like, okay, your birthday is over. Let me throw for you. Curve boulder. Not even curve bowl. These are boulders he's throwing at us. So, let's go into Tumejam, and I'm just gonna let Pauline take us right into the bad news. Yeah.
We're actually having a collective Tumejam today.
Yeah. Actually, the whole episode is just a jamming episode.
Today we're jamming the whole time. So yeah, Tumejam, because Tumejam, and the reason why Abby is not here is because
it doesn't even feel the same.
It really doesn't. Yani, we're the noisy ones, and we're actually quite quiet today. But anyway,
we're mellow.
Because Abby was, what did you say, hit by thugs? What do you say? She was robbed. She was attacked and assaulted by thugs. Should we say the story? Let's just give you like a summary.
When she comes back, she'll probably say the story, but she'll give a summary.
Yeah, but they tried to steal her phone. They asked her for money, and she didn't have money because she was riding her bike. Who has money while riding a bicycle? Because she was exercising. But we won't be okay. We are angry. Anyway, so she didn't have money, so she was trying to defend herself, and this guy got aggravated, and then he pushed her in a ditch, and Abby broke her leg. It's a compound fracture, meaning the only thing it didn't do is tear her. The only thing the bone didn't do is tear her skin.
Yeah. So I would say it's worse than breaking a leg, because when you break a leg or an arm, some people just wear a cast. But she had to have an operation.
Oh yeah, she had to be operated on the rod to straighten the bones, because the bones on the X-ray, the bones look like this.
Yeah,
so they had to straighten.
We'll put the X-ray so you can see it's quite intense.
Yeah, so we are giving her time to recover. It just happened recently. Yeah, and we are honestly still recovering. You can't compare what we're feeling to what she's feeling. Of course, she's traumatized and she's going through pain, a lot of pain. Yeah, and also just feeling kidogo immobile is not fun. because she has to use crutches. Yeah, so I think that's the most I can do about that. She'll tell us the story better.
Yeah, so obviously, like, there were only 2 episodes before the finale, but this changed everything up because we are gonna shoot one more time and do the and wrap it up, but it would be unfair, it would be inhumane, it would be impossible to wrap it up without Abby. So one of our biggest strengths is that we've been consistent, so we had to figure out how can we be consistent without also leaving Abby out. So it does feel weird. I think for me, to add on to that, one of the reasons that I paused our production for a while was Abby had COVID. So you can imagine somebody gets COVID, they're just recovering, and then this happens. Already your immunity is low. It even just makes you wonder, actually, why is the world like this? This thing happened in the day. So you know how things, people probably ask, oh, where was she walking? Well, this was on our main road. This was during the daytime. And I think for me, one of the things that I'm jamming about is just how
it wasn't during the day, it was like at 7,
it was at night.
7,
I thought it was in the day. Anyway, regardless, I think for me, what's the unfortunate thing is that as a girl, you can't just do something as simple as riding your bike or as exercising without these things happening. And yes, they happen to people of all genders, but it did not have to. It's one thing to rob someone, which already is wrong, but then to proceed to beat them up, because not only does she have a cast, she also has like a small scar here.
Yeah, she was hit by a stone
on her thing. They hit her with a stone and also beat her up. So for me, and these are people who are like youngsters, you can say our age. So for me, it's like, first of all, that money that you steal from people, it's not even money that you go and invest anyway. If you're gonna rob, I'm not advocating for it, but rob smartly. You're gonna rob someone. You're gonna rob someone, and you're gonna probably go and drink. You're gonna probably it's not a life that's gonna last, because you live by those rocks, you'll die by those rocks, by those guns, by those knives. Second of all, the fact that we can't feel protected in society. We all have a story. Actually, it's so funny because the day before this happened, me and Pauline at my birthday were talking about instances where men in this city have either manhandled us, put hands on us, and as a woman you have to be so aggressive and so defensive, and people will always be like, what were you doing? They'll be quick to ask us as girls, what were you doing or what had you done, and not hold these people accountable. Wherever these boys are, they've gotten away with it, and Abby was probably not their first victim and will not be the last. And so for me, I'm jamming because it feels weird doing this without Abby. We are a team, so even though she's not here with us, even a part of us is not here, like even just mentally.
Yeah.
So that's one. 2, I'm just sick and tired of the lack of safety. Like, you can't just go out and do something so simple. By the way, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate you can't just be a student and enjoy student life without these things happening. And Abby is one of so many girls this happens to, and we all have stories. If we sat here and told you our stories of things that people have done, whether it's an Uber driver, whether it's somebody on the street, people have been violated so much, and it's unfortunate because it doesn't have to be like this. We all know what is right and what is wrong, and I get it. I think also part of me feels sad because I feel like part of this has happened because of the restrictions of the pandemic. It's unfortunate that so much has been locked down. People have lost their jobs, and with no reparations, there's nothing to help people, and so obviously crime is going to go up. But that's no excuse to assault, hurt, and put another person's life in danger, because that one moment, those few moments, I'm sure have changed Abby's outlook on life forever, have traumatized her forever, and she has to live with the repercussions forever, and so does people around her. And I think with Abby's situation, I realized that these things that happen to people, they don't affect really just the person. Even I, and I'm not even a family member, was so affected. As Pauline, our vibes have been off. Then we didn't even feel like shooting. We postponed it I don't know how many times. The pressure, we've gotten into fights, we've gotten into arguments with parents, we've gotten into... Me, I had to switch off my phone off at some point. I was like, Pauline, I can't do this. So it affects so many people, and I think, just think twice. It's hard to be broke, to be poor, trust me, but it's not worth hurting somebody else because of your situation. There are ways around it. So if you're watching this and you're thinking of who you can rob tonight, take a minute and pause. Think about your sister, your mother, your daughter, and then other people's families and lives you're going to affect. Not everyone has insurance to be able to afford all these things and to handle buying medicine, because now the situation that Abby is in, it's going to take her, the doctors have said, like 6 months for her to fully get back on her feet, just because of somebody's ego. So we came together and thought of, sorry, I had to just get that out of the way.
Before you go to the next thing, I think just like you've said, there's a lot that's going on, and we don't have money. We're really struggling to get jobs out here. Yeah. But don't turn to robbery and hurting people. It could have been worse, and we thank God that her leg was broken. She could have been stabbed. Anything could have happened, but God decided to protect her. And it's not that we're not happy that she broke her leg, but we're just saying that people have gone through the same thing and they've experienced
and not lived to tell the story.
And they've not lived to tell the story, or the repercussions they got from that were way worse. So you person who's thinking about that, I don't have a job, let me turn to being a thief and do petty stuff like stealing the phone or pickpocketing or something like that. I just want to tell you that it's not going to end there. Just like people go up the ladder, like corporate ladder, you'll also want to go up the ladder. You'll get addicted to it. You'll want to get a gun next time. You'll want to kill someone. You'll want to do bigger things. So
and hakuna shortcut.
Hakuna shortcut to life. You'll have to go through the long way to get the money. As I know, we said this before, but money that comes chap goes chap. Money that you work and you feel the blood and the sweat for it, the investment with that money will be way better than this chap money. So think of other ways. Ask for help. Be innovative. Be creative. Look for opportunities. Sometimes opportunities don't come your way. Look for them, but just don't turn into that. Your life is going to end just like that.
And I think, put your ego to the side. I think even because even the people who don't necessarily do violent crimes, but there's also non-violent ways of stealing, scamming online, doing all sorts of things. It's hard to be in the broke season, but you can learn a lot being broke. And also some people are broke just because they're not willing to text their friend and say, hey, yo, Pauline, by the way, I'm struggling. Do you know anybody? Do you know where I can send my CV? People just want to stay with it. Open your mouth. Be humble about your situation. You never know, just by maybe talking to a friend. Even DMing us. Ask Pauline. I get so many job opportunities sent to my phone that I'm not in a position to be in. So maybe Pauline is not in a position to be in, but people always get these messages that you're sent of jobs. Even DM the podcast and ask us, do you know any job opportunities? We'll tell you. There's no reason for us to hold back from each other. Let's help each other, but don't just stay with your problem and stay dying, and then the next thing that you think of is doing something that's illegal or it's gonna hurt somebody else. It's not worth it.
And a white collar job is not necessarily the job that you need to be looking for. There are these kidogo jobs that, like a one-off job that you can get maybe 20,000, 10,000, and you keep the money. Then another one that comes maybe after 2 weeks, and you
like
go
the one
like
you were
that.
saying about the IEBC.
There's so many opportunities out there, even if it's not at your white collar job that you'll sit in the office and feel like it, or maybe you don't have money to maybe have a business or something like that. But you can look for jobs that are these one-off jobs, and they'll still bring something to the table. And then once you go there and you do a nice job, you'll always get a referral to other places. So you don't have to. The idea is not to sit in an office until that's the ideal. It's not the end goal for everyone,
and it's not everything. And also be willing to do whatever, and be willing to rethink. These are new times, by the way. Some people, like for me, we may never see an office in a long time. Me, I don't even want to be honest. So it's okay. Live your life. Be on your journey. Especially if you're in your 20s. There's so much life to live that you don't need to feel like you've already failed. You're nothing. You're nobody. We're so young that it's not worth throwing your life away due to short gains. But anyway, back to Abby. So we put our heads together and felt like, there's a lot. There's trauma that she's experienced because of this situation mentally. it can take a toll dealing with the psychological impact. Once the scars go away, you have to deal with the psychological impact, and I can only imagine. Then there's the health bit, medicine, rehabilitation for 6 months, and then just here and there expenses because she's still in school. Now she has had to move back home. She doesn't live at home, but she's had to move back home. And so we came together and decided that what we can do, like we said, we don't have money, but
Tumesota bado.
and so as our shots say, but keeping it real with you guys, we need help, and we felt like what we could do as girls, as friends, is to create for her an mchanga. So we've created an mchanga. We've put the details in the description and on the screen, and we'll be promoting it. Our aim is to raise 50,000 Kenya shillings that she can use for psychosocial support, for buying her medicine, for any medical expenses for the next 6 months as she heals,
And also to support the family.
and also to just support the family. She comes from a single parent home. It can be a lot. It is a lot in a pandemic. Let's not even try to sugarcoat it. Money is scarce. It's not easy to come by. This was an unexpected expense, and it's going to be for at least half a year. And knowing people who have had surgery, like my mom, for example, even if the doctor tells you 6 months, that's like the minimum. It doesn't mean that after 6 months, boom, everything is done and you can move on like nothing ever happened. There's sometimes, ideally, after 6 months, okay, you're fully healed, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. So that's our goal. If we can raise more, amazing, but this is just the way we feel like we can support and help her get back on her feet, and just be, I'm sure that if we were in this situation, the same would have been done for us. So we got to visit her over Easter. Pauline slept over, helped her out. I went for the day. We'll put the pictures again here, and we decided we'll call her on air because I know she's also missing us. And surprised that she doesn't know about the mchanga or anything. So we're gonna just call her, let her say a few things to the podcast, and then I guess surprise her and hear her reaction. So let's see if she picks. Let's see.
Abi, please speak.
Voila.
Guys, she's not speaking.
Voila.
Oi. How much she's asleep?
I'm sure she'll call us back though. Let's see.
Abi. Walala.
TikTok.
Aki guy. She's not speaking, guys.
Who will you call? Khadija. Call Khadija.
Let me try one last
can't give
person.
up.
We're not
We
giving
can't
up.
give up.
Oh, Jemo. No,
Yeah.
Jemo has left. I know she's left. Yeah.
We can't give up, guys.
The whole family now knows.
Tell her we are live. Me, I think she can tell you something crazy on me. Come on. This is as unfiltered as it gets. I don't think you've ever been this unfiltered. Right.
Okay, the whole family is refusing. Next to the mom.
Hi, are you?
Guy.
Yeah, call the mom. Okay, we're calling the mom, and then if she doesn't pick, then we'll close it out with like the challenge and the way forward and what to expect, and then it will be a wrap. Okay, guys? But just bear with us. We really wanted to surprise her on air. She knew we were calling, so...
Yeah, boy.
Ohoro.
No.
Hiya. We're live.
Aya.
Wewe uje unasikika ukisema hizi vitu zote. Tunatafuta Abi, tulikuwa tunataka kumsurprise live na amekataa kushika simu. Please. Anatushabia man.
Do we call you back?
Anampea tu sahi.
Oh, okay. We got her. Speaking English.
Hello, Abi.
Say something to the podcast. We miss you.
Hi guys.
Hi. Tumekupigia. We called you kakata kushika.
Give them some encouragement.
Encourage our
us.
people.
We are sad that you're not here. Tell us something.
Keep on going. I don't know what else to tell you. I love you.
Love you too.
So we have a surprise for you.
Yes.
So Pauline and I have made an mchanga for you, and we're raising 50K to support you for the next 6 months. I know that's not we would love to raise 1 million, but that's our small token to support you for any like psychosocial support, for any medical expenses, and for anything else that your family or you may need. We wish we had that ourselves, but we are calling on everyone to help us because we love you that much, and we don't want you to feel like you're on this journey alone.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, are you crying? Even Pauline is crying. Woo-wee.
I don't know.
Okay,
We love you.
We love you. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Love you guys.
Love you. Now this Pauline. Okay, are you laughing or are you crying? No, me, I don't know what's going
So
on.
let's finish.
Okay, are you laughing or crying?
Let's finish.
Hey, okay, what? I feel like the heartless. I'm crying in my heart, but I'm a thug. And this is the least we could do for you, Abby. If you're watching this, we love you. And what happened to you? If I had a gun myself and I knew where those people are, I wish I knew where they are. I would just pull up and boom. Okay, no, I wouldn't, because I'm God says do not murder. But we are with you. Even though we are up, we are fighting for you. We are with you. We're gonna support you all the way. And we're here for you. So our challenge to you, our audience today, because Pauline is crying, I'm just going to close it out.
I'm not crying. I finished crying.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not a nice friend. I want to cry when my friends cry. I want the emotions to just flow with me. But I have a heart somewhere in there. It's just for us to, I think to the people of society, just respect people. Respect people. Make money in a clean way. But also just help us for this mchanga. That's our challenge. Donate something. You don't have to live in Kenya. There's PayPal. There's Equitel to do. There's M-Pesa. There's so many ways you can contribute. All the details will come up at the end of the screen. Will come up in the beginning of the screen. Will come up in the descriptions of all the podcast audios. We're going to be promoting it everywhere. Please, if you can donate, a little bit goes a long way. As I said, Abby comes from a single parent family. Her mom is working really hard to support her during this time, but it's not easy. There's still school fees. She's in her final year of school. This was very unexpected. So this small token of money will really go a long way to helping to support our sister. And that's what friends are for. Support your sisters in good times and in bad times. We love you guys. We hope that the pandemic, you're taking the necessary precautions. Don't be moving out here crazy. COVID is real. We love you once again. And friends are forever, family is forever. Tumesota, lakini Tunaomoka na tutaraise money.
Amen.
Anything else you want to say?
Thank you so much for the support you've given us so far. We don't take it for granted. And yeah, continue supporting us. And thank you. And we'll continue creating content. Thanks guys. Kwaherini.
Kwaherini, and we miss you, Abby.
We miss you.